A lot of you guys have been asking me about pay when it comes to breaking into tech. Y'all been seeing me make my tech videos and you're just kind of like, all right, that sounds good, but what's the money looking like? Totally understandable. I'm gonna break this down so that you are not confused after watching this video. First and foremost, I'm gonna only speak to my job position. Okay, I'm speaking for working in technology sales. In technology sales, I am a SDR or BDR. So what those two terms stand for, which you can use them interchangeably, that is a sales development representative or a business development representative. Same word. That is my job title. If you are wanting to know the pay for this job position, then that's what I'm gonna break down right now because I can't speak to other positions and what they get paid. The average starting salary is $60K a year. It can be a little less, it could be more. I personally am making $75K a year, entry level. I had no previous experience, no relevant degree, nothing. So that is within the average, you know what I mean? So if the average is 60, me making 75, some people might be making 55, some people are making 85 or 90, you know? And so that's just giving you an estimated little range. So now, what does that look like as far as your checks in the month as you are working your day-to-day job? Let me break this down. You get 3 checks a month. And I'm assuming from what I've heard, what I've researched, majority companies work like this. So you get 2 of your checks. I'll say the first of the month and not the first of the month. The first check in the month and the last check in the month are your salary checks. Okay, so you're getting 2 checks that are on salary from you being on salary. Okay, that means you are getting these checks just from being hired. It's not like unless you get a sale, that's when you get paid, like on some commission. No, we're not doing that. It's salary. So you're getting these 2 checks no matter what. There's some good, decent checks too, a nice amount. Okay, so this middle check, I usually get paid a 3rd check around the 15th of the month. That check is your OTE check, okay? OTE stands for on target earnings. So that's like another way to say basically quota. So as an SDR, you have to get a certain amount of bookings that you book with your account executive, which is just your coworker that's in a higher position than you are. And so your job is to book meetings for your account executive. You have to book a certain number of meetings. So let's just say, you know, you're talking to different people, different businesses, and you're just like, hey, you know, you're doing technology sales, you're selling your technology to another business, because this is B2B sales, right? Business to business. A lot of us are used to B2C sales, business to consumer sales, meaning as a consumer, we go to a business and they try to sell to us. Well, in this position, you're working for a tech company, which is a business, and you're trying to sell this technology to another business, business to business sales, if that makes sense. So you're trying to sell your technology to different businesses, whether you're calling them, emailing them, whichever, talking to them, trying to see, do you want to basically buy our product that we're selling, our technology that we're selling, you know, so that you can use it for your business. If they are like, yeah, that sounds like something we could really use, like we really kind of need something like that, boom, you book that meeting with the account executive. If it's a qualified meeting, it goes well. It doesn't have to close as long as they're a qualified lead, a sales qualified lead. That counts for you as a booking. So let's say you need to get like 10 bookings. Every company is different. Some companies, depending on the industry, depending on what it is that they're selling and what that looks like. Some companies, you know, might have your quota at 25, and most likely that's doable depending on your product. And some quotas might be at 9 or 10. Some might be at 4. You know, some have your quota monthly, some have a quarterly quota. So it can all vary depending on what company you're at. Well, when you book these meetings with the account executive, if you hit your quota, then that's where this 3rd check comes into play. You get a percentage, whatever percentage you hit of this quota is what you get in this middle check right here. So these are coming in regardless, no matter what, whether you get 0 bookings or if you get 100 bookings. So it doesn't matter. Those are coming in regardless. The middle check is the one where it's like, okay, let's say you're supposed to get 10 bookings, you get 10 bookings. You hit 100% of your quota. You're going to get paid this check. These 3 checks add up to when you first get signed on to the job and you get hired, it says you're making 75K a year, you're making 60K a year, whatever they are offering you, is incorporated in these three. So these two checks are going to represent, the two salary checks are going to represent your base pay. And then this middle check is going to represent your on target earning pay, which is like your quota pay. So again, you're getting these two checks, and then this check. This should all equal up to what they offered you, if that makes sense. Now, let's say you don't fully hit your quota that month. You hit half of your quota. Instead of 10 bookings, you got 5. So you're going to get 50% of your whatever your quota was, if that makes sense. But, you know, you got to do the math, okay? I'm not going to probably do that in this video. I think it's probably already making sense to you, but just to kind of explain it a little further, you have to, in a sense, divide what that amount is, you know, when it comes to what your on target earnings is in the totality of what you're getting paid, and divide that by 12 in order to know how much of your total check or your annual income is the base pay, and how much of your annual income is the on target earning pay, which totals up to what you could be making if you hit 100% every time, if that makes sense. So if you divide it by 12, then you'll see like, okay, this is the total amount that I could be making if I hit my quota, 100% of my quota every month. Well, that's also gonna let you know if you hit half of your quota, how much you're gonna get that month. Because then the next month can come and you hit 100%. The next month can come and you hit only 80%. You're still going to get a third check every time. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you're hitting some percentage of your quota. And then here's where commission comes into play. So commission isn't like a fourth check or anything like that, but your commission will come in on this check, right? Your middle check. Commission just means if you hit 100% of your quota and then you keep going, you can hit 250% of your quota. You can hit 110% of your quota. You can hit 800% of your quota. It's uncapped. You'll see that when you're applying to jobs, and it'll say, oh, okay, what we offer you is base pay plus OTE plus commission, meaning uncapped. You can make whatever it is, you know, that however much work you put into getting these bookings for the account executive, right? For your team member, it's uncapped. Yeah, that's how the pay works. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything, but I think that's the gist of what you guys are curious about. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any questions, you know, pertaining to this topic, pertaining to what the pay is like. If I missed anything, you know, let me know, and I will gladly respond to your comment and yeah, make that clear for you and just answer that question. So yeah, hope that's clear. Hope you got a better understanding of the pay in the tech sales world. So yeah, thanks for watching.